Hey everybody, it's Sherry at the Crafty Decorator. I am here with my husband, John. We are here for something special today, guys. I always tell you that my husband is a fantastic cook, and I'm always showing you the great dishes he makes me. So he was making me a special dinner tonight, and I wanted him to jump on with me and show you all how he's making it. It's called Koosa. I don't know if you know, my husband is half Lebanese, I believe. His mom was full Lebanese. But this is called Koosa, K-O-O-S-A. And it's little baby stuffed zucchinis. And we are going to show you how he makes these baby stuffed zucchinis. So, let's see. 6 zucchinis we're going to be making, right?
Well, this recipe for the meat is for 12 zucchinis. But I'm only just doing 6 here to try to make the dinner. We have some extra squash over there that we're going to do later. But yes, you could do 12 small zucchinis like
with this recipe.
Now, Koosa, typically Lebanese, they use like a little Mexican summer squash or yellow squash. I have found these little small zucchinis. We're going to do it with these. But Koosa is squash or zucchini in Arabic. So that's why.
Yeah, so you can use zucchinis or you can use summer squash as long as it's short and stout. Because we're going to have to scoop out the inside to be able to stuff them. So you don't want something really long that you're not going to be able to get in there with. Okay.
So, if there's anybody out there that's Lebanese, Mediterranean,
this is
or
his
has
version.
Family, this is my version. So don't message and Sherry and saying that's not the way my grandmother did it. This is not the way my mother did it. It's definitely not the way my grandmother did it, and not the way that my mother did it. I took over years. I learned to cook from my mother and from watching my grandmother and my mother cook, and then I took those recipes that weren't written down recipes, and I kind of adapted them to my style.
He changes everything up, guys. Even any recipe, he switches up a little bit.
So even if I have some cousins out there watching, they're going to say, that's not the way Grandma Simon made it. I know this is not the way that you make it or the way Grandma Simon made it or my mother made it, but
this is John's version of Koosa.
So we cut the ends of these zucchinis off, and then we have to core them out. So we have the rest of them all done. And then whatever way you feel comfortable at coring this out.
If you have a core, he's just using the end of a potato peeler to core
a vegetable peeler.
A vegetable, I call it a potato peeler, but a peeler. He's using the end of the peeler to core out
the center. Leave some flesh, but get it open enough so that you can put enough of stuffing in there once we make the stuffing.
I'll show it to them when you're done. Yeah, you don't want to take all the flesh out, but you need enough out so you have room to
so this works really
stuff.
good too. This
and
knife.
Yeah, grapefruit knife he's using now works good to get down in further.
That's why it's important. Whatever squash you use, is use something that's not too long and a little bit wider. These aren't as wide as I wish they were.
Summer's like over, so it's kind of hard to find stuff now too.
So if they're a little bit fatter, you get a little bit more stuffing in them, but these will work.
Cleaning that out, guys.
It's coming out.
This is, I call it a potato peeler, but this is what he used. And he used that the tip here to core the front out. The beginning.
So we can get in there. And then if you want, you just take like the back of a spoon or a fork. I could usually get in there. If you have a small dessert spoon, you could probably get in there. But I just use the handle and make sure that we get the seeds out. We want to get all the seeds.
And this is my grapefruit knife. That's what I used to cut my grapefruit. So it has a little curve to it. Do you see? So it was cleaning the sides of the zucchini in there. Oh, yeah. See how we cored that out? So you leave some flesh, but make sure you have enough room to stuff your meat in there. Okay, he already cleaned the others. And we have 2 pre-cooked to show you what it's going to look like. Okay,
right, so now we're going to make the
meat.
So here's another 1.5 pounds of ground.
Yeah, this is enough meat to do 12. So you can like cut this in half or use this is 1.5 pounds. So maybe you want to use 1 pound. Up to you, but he said they make good meatballs, so you can make meatballs with the extra meat, or you probably could freeze the meat, right, for later.
But I'm gonna we'll just make little meatballs with what's left of it. Put it in the sauce.
Yeah.
Kind of a meatball. It's a ball, but there's. Go ahead.
Okay. So there's 1.5 pounds of ground chuck and 1 cup of long grain rice. And then you're going to mix. Yes. I told you he's a good cook, guys. I tell everybody he's a better cook than me. I'm not ashamed to admit it. And he likes to cook, and I don't really like to cook anymore.
Except I forgot. It's okay.
That's okay.
We want
So,
to season that meat.
You what?
We want to season it.
Oh. We have to season the meat too, guys.
So, go ahead.
Okay. So, what do you got? Pepper first?
Yeah, I got about 2.
He puts all his little spices in the little jar. So, like 2 teaspoons of pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt.
Salt to taste, whatever you like.
Or to taste. Salt and pepper to taste.
You asked me measurements. I don't use
I know.
measurements,
I had
so
to make him give me measurements because he doesn't. He cooks to taste. I can't cook that way.
And this is allspice.
And allspice.
So allspice
2
is
teaspoons.
a typical spice or seasoning that's used in Mediterranean cooking. So it's a little bit floral and a little bit earthy. And it adds a definitely unique taste to Mediterranean type foods. So we're going to get this mixed up.
And it smells really good. Allspice.
So
I put that in my coffee, some of my coffee stain mixture.
So this is something, once we get this going, that I'm going to show you that I didn't put in the recipe. Or I didn't tell you we were going to do. And this is just something to keep in mind. Is when we mix this. So this rice is raw rice. It's not uncooked rice. It's uncooked meat. We're going to stuff the zucchinis and then we're going to cook everything in a broth. And we're going to start that broth right next. But I got this going. And then this my mother taught me. Because this is a basic meat stuffing that we use in our grape leaves and everything in that type of cooking. But because the rice will suck the moisture out of the meat, we want to add a little bit of water. So there's probably about 2 tablespoons of water I'm going to add to this mixture. So it'll moisten that meat mixture up some. So as it cooks, the meat doesn't get dry.
The rice needs some water to absorb. I hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday. It's so dark here right now, guys. We're supposed to get storm.
Okay, let me wash up and then I'm going to start that sauce.
We're supposed to get the end of that hurricane. I hope you're all safe from that hurricane. I know a lot of you had lost power for hours. I hope you're all safe and got your power back.
You could take a spoon and start stuffing those.
I could take a spoon and start stuffing.
So you can just kind of take a little bit, not big amounts at once.
You got to take little so they fit in there, right? So I'm just going to take a little.
Then don't stuff them tight because as it cooks,
so do I?
You
am
can
I
poke
gonna?
it down with that; it'll fall, start falling.
Oh,
see?
Yeah, fell right in there.
And then you don't want to overstuff it because when it cooks, the rice is going to expand.
Okay.
So I'm going to start here. I have a pan.
So I'm just scooping a little on the top there, and I'm going to push it down my thing. And as soon as you get it, and it falls right down in there by itself. You don't want to overstuff, he said, because the rice is going to expand and it needs room. So you don't want to make it tight in there. You just want to let it.
And don't want to go all the way to the top either.
Yeah.
A little ½ inch there. So we're going to start our broth that we're going to cook them in.
So is that good or a little more?
You can go a little more. So there's...
Okay, 1 second now.
Clove of garlic.
1 second. We got to tell them about the broth.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are going to get cooked in.
So that's like how far? Okay. Now, what are you doing with the broth?
We're going to start the broth right now. So it's just about, I use extra garlic, probably 2 cloves.
You add like 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil in the pot.
Just get that heated up, and I'm just going to sweat the garlic really quickly because it's going to cook. We don't want it to burn.
You just let it, you know how you let your oil heat a little bit.
Just sweat the garlic.
And then you're going to want 2 cloves of diced garlic. And you're going to just sweat the garlic in the pan there, in the pot. I'll move to this side so you can kind of see what he's doing.
And then we're just going to add our tomato sauce.
And then,
very simple broth.
And then 29 ounces of a canned tomato sauce. This is called the broth for the koosa.
So again, this is my broth.
It's my husband's
This is
broth,
not my
so
grandmother's broth. This is not my
it's
mother's
not
broth.
his generation passed down broth.
And if you read 100 recipes for this, everybody uses something different. Some people use tomato juice. Some people just use tomato paste and water with some seasonings and some spice. But this is fine.
So you didn't add the mint in yet, did you?
No, I'll wait until we get
Okay.
everything and we sprinkle that over the top.
So he sweat the garlic, and then he added his 29 ounces of tomato sauce.
How are we coming on these?
I'm on my third. I'm slow for him, probably. Stuffing my zucchinis. This is my dinner tonight, guys. My dinner. Oh, he's gonna help me. Oh yeah, we have enough for lots of zucchinis.
Yeah, well, we could, don't forget, I already did 2.
Yeah.
We could have probably did a dozen, and that's what that meat recipe is probably for, about a dozen. So we can definitely have leftover. A pound.
I didn't like really push it in there.
No,
'cause-
don't push it.
Okay.
Too much. That was probably too much.
So it needs to expand.
So they're good.
Okay. See how much meat I have left over, guys, for more zucchinis. But I can eat 2 of those for myself, and he can eat 2 of them. So that's 4 right there. So I would figure at least 2 per family member, unless you have little kids. Probably 1. But, so he's doing the broth. It's not actually a sauce, it's a broth.
I'm going to show you why it's a broth, because I'm going to put these in, and then that's probably not going to cover the zucchini, but we're going to just add water to what's there to cover the zucchini.
Okay.
And then we're just going to put a plate upside down on top of it to make sure that the zucchini stay in the broth. And
You didn't add the other stuff yet, right? Your mint.
no, we'll add that.
Okay. So what are you doing, a meatball?
Yeah, we'll just do little footballs. These aren't really the
Footballs.
footballs. Footballs are a different thing altogether.
Oh,
They're
yes.
really good.
I haven't had footballs in years.
But these will cook. And we'll just do a couple. You could save this meat and we'll stuff those other.
Like a little
6.
football.
But actually, we'll make a couple of these, and then the rest will be.
These are good. We'll eat these for lunch maybe tomorrow. Our leftover dinners. We like to make extra for dinner because then you could do it another night and you don't have to cook one night. Because he does 99% of the cooking. Not gonna lie.
I don't know. Maybe you should just make
I
small.
really need to
You know what
talk
I'm
them
gonna
into.
do? Just so they cook these.
You make them smaller.
Yeah. We're cooking them in with the other stuff.
Okay, it's making them more like a meatball.
I changed my direction there.
I need them to make me the peanut butter chocolate pie. Keto. It's so good. I'm gonna make a video on the peanut butter keto pie. I know there's probably some Greek ladies out there going, that is not how you do it.
Sacrilege.
This is
This
John's
is total
recipe.
Sacrilege. Okay. But, hey, that's the way we're doing them.
Okay, so do you let that simmer a little while?
Yeah, we're good because it's
Okay.
going to cook for 45 minutes. It's
Okay, so
going
you're
to cook
gonna
45 minutes to an hour, so we don't really need it to go very long now. It's just to get some heat in there.
okay.
And we're going to add these in.
Gonna add the zucchinis. I don't know. Can you see them there? He's gonna add the zucchinis in the pot.
So,
That's just the sauce, the garlic.
that's it. Sauce and garlic.
When did you do the mint?
Salt and pepper. You gotta do the mint now.
Okay. Okay. Salt and pepper. How much you think you would want to taste?
It's just like any
Just normal.
sauce or broth.
Any normal sauce or broth. He said what you would add to yours. Because not everybody likes a
Some
lot of
people like no
salt.
salt,
Some
no
like a
salt.
lot of salt. Some don't use salt. So you decide on that.
So now if you could see in there, you'd see that the zucchinis aren't covered completely.
I don't know if I could. I can't really show them in there.
We're gonna add water, but that's okay because this is just a thin broth. It's not a sauce.
So your zucchinis need to be covered. So that broth he made in the beginning, just the sauce and the garlic, is not high enough to cover the zucchini. So he's just adding
There's
water
probably close to 28 ounces
of water.
to add to the broth.
So it's just almost just about a can of water added. Just so your zucchinis are covered.
And then I'm gonna add
Then he is adding
some mint.
the
This really
mint.
makes a big difference to the broth.
I'm trying to see, did I write down how much mint? Oh, yes. 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped mint. That's what he's adding in there. That gives it good flavor.
And then we're gonna
And then he's gonna,
take a small plate and just put it on top of them. Just to
taking,
hold them down.
so he just took a salad-sized plate and put them on top of the zucchinis in the pot, just to hold them down in the broth. I keep wanting to say sauce, but it's really a broth because you added almost as much water as you did sauce.
And then we're gonna bring it up to simmer. We're gonna simmer it for.
Bring it to a simmer.
Probably about 50 minutes.
And then it's going to take about 15 minutes.
5-0.
5-0 for them.
15. It's gonna take a while.
50.
We have to
5-0.
cook.
15 minutes for them to simmer on the stove.
We're gonna cook the rice and the meat right in the pot in that broth.
Yes. The rice and the meat are going to cook in the broth. And the zucchini. It's my chef, guys. He's such a good husband. He cooks for me all the time. You're probably meatballs. Well, we could do them
That's okay.
separate, or do you want to add them in?
I'm gonna add them in. We got time.
It's gonna add his meatballs in there. It's gonna add the meatballs. We don't need the spoons anymore. In there. So that's Koosa, Koosa. And I know a lot of you are Greek on here because you have sent me recipes.
This is more Lebanese.
Well, Lebanese, but
Everybody
Lebanese
has,
and Greek are
stuffed
pretty close.
squash.
But
Everybody has stuffed squash.
everybody has stuffed squash. So Italians probably, I'm sure, have stuffed squash. That and the meatballs. He forgot about the meatballs. But I told you guys, he cooks. And he cooks to taste. Me, I need a recipe. I'm more of a recipe person. He is a taster. And my boys are like tasters too when they cook. My youngest is just like starting to learn how to cook. Tyler, that just got married. Pete and John, they cook for their wives too. It's a man thing. They like to cook. I like to bake. I'm the baker. He's the cook. I'm the baker. Except we're trying not to eat all the sweets, so I haven't baked. I guess I need to look up some keto recipes, like that chocolate peanut butter pie. Okay, now we're gonna move on to a salad.
Gotta have a salad. Gotta have a salad.
Gotta have a salad. Gotta have a salad. You have the veggie, the zucchini, the meats. So this is called Fatoush.
Fatoush.
Fatoush. Fatoush. Fatoush is the salad. Fatoush. Fatoush. So you start with any salad greens that you like. We like the mixed spring greens, but you use any salad greens that you like. That's what we start with. And he roasted. Yes. He roasted pita chips. So like 2 cups of pita chips. And he baked them. Sorry, not roasted. Baked the pita chips and seasoned. What'd you put on them?
Okay, they have sumac, salt and pepper sumac. I just chopped up some pita bread, small pieces, tossed it with some olive oil, and then seasoned them with salt, pepper, and sumac. So sumac is it's a ground up spice. It's made from the sumac, the fruit of a sumac tree. So it has an earthy kind of citrusy flavor. So here.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Huh?
Do you want to taste it?
Do I want to taste it?
Yeah. So it's kind of cuminy.
First, it's kind of earthy, and then you get the citrus.
Right.
After it's been in your mouth for a couple seconds.
So these are tasty.
Yeah, but pita chips are good. They're good.
like
They
the
go on your
panzanella.
salad.
A lot of people know panzanella. Panzanella is a bread salad. A salad with bread in it. So we start,
Are we making you hungry?
so we start with our greens.
And then tomatoes, like with cherry tomatoes we're using, like 2 cups of cherry tomatoes cut in half. And like 2 cups of we like the seedless English cucumbers, that long skinny one. Because I don't like a lot of seeds. I don't like the cucumber seeds. He even chopped everything, guys. He chopped it all. And about a 1/2 cup of fresh parsley.
As much as you like.
Well, yeah, it depends how much you like parsley, or if you like parsley.
And then we're going to sprinkle with a little bit of sumac.
And then the sumac. And it's SUMAC. I think we got this at the
fair.
We bought this at the
You can get it in international aisles. It's sometimes in the seasonings of the regular grocery stores aisles, but always in the international.
This is from the Spice Man. thespiceman.com.
A little salt and pepper.
And a little salt and pepper to your taste.
So the good part of this.
Okay, now the good part, the dressing. The dressing.
So we started with
Okay.
clove of garlic.
Clove of garlic, chopped, right?
Yeah, and then we're going to make it into a paste with a little bit of salt.
A little bit of
Mortar and
salt. And he's going to press it into like a paste.
So if you don't have a mortar and pestle, you could do it on a cutting board with the back of a knife and just some salt to add the grit to turn it into a paste.
I'm 55 and I've never used that bowl. I've never used one of those. Staying out of his way.
Hey.
Just ground that. I like mushed it all up in there. Garlic's the best. Love the smell of garlic, especially when it's cooking. Okay.
And a lemon.
And a lemon. And a
So-
lemon squeezer if you have one.
I'm going to do about a half.
About half a lemon.
Yeah, we'll see how it tastes. Just taste as you go. It depends on how much garlic flavor you want, how much lemon flavor you want. We don't want it
We're big.
overpowering.
No, not overpowering of garlic or lemon. But we love garlic.
A little salt.
Little salt, little pepper.
Pepper.
Whisk it up.
Whisking that, and then about 3/4 of a cup of olive oil. We'll just slowly trickle that in.
3/4 cups extra virgin olive oil. And he's mixing and pouring at the same time. I was a good helper, wasn't he?
So we didn't put it all in yet. I'm going to taste it
Okay.
and see where it had to go.
Need a spoon. It's gonna taste it. So we still didn't use the whole 3/4 cup.
Always taste. Whenever you're cooking, you always got to taste.
See,
More salt.
a little more salt he wants.
And this is very acidic, so we can toast it out of it.
It's very acidic.
Yeah, this is a little extra dressing. I always make extra because we like to.
I know, we
Even
love.
it's with olive oil, so you got to use it in a day or so because it'll kind of like.
We usually use it for 2 days in a row. Tonight,
Yeah.
tomorrow. But yeah, you can't put this, like you can't save it for a couple days.
Another spoon. I'm glad I'm not doing dishes.
Dishwasher does the dishes.
You're the dishwasher today. That is good.
It's good. It's good. It's good. All our spoons will be dirty by the time we're done. Let's see. That's good.
Okay. So
Not too lemony, not too garlicky. That's delicious.
Take the pita chips.
Bring the pita chips on there.
And when that crispy pita soak up that lemony dressing, that's when it's the bomb.
The bomb. It's the bomb when the pitas soak up this lemony dressing. You're not going to add the dressing yet, are you? Because we have to wait for our zucchini to cook.
No, get a bowl. I'll make you a small one.
You going to make me a small
I'll
one?
make you a small one.
All right.
You gotta try it.
Okay. I don't want them to mix the whole thing up yet because our dinner's not ready yet.
Well, this is kind of how we do ours anyway. We don't dress a whole salad.
No, we don't.
We kind of just take a little bit of salad.
I don't know if anybody really dresses a whole salad unless you're having a big dinner party. Because it makes your lettuce soggy. And when we don't use our whole salad, we won't eat that whole salad in one dinner. So I just put it in the fridge for tomorrow. Oh, I need a fork.
Quick little toss.
Cooking in the kitchen, guys. Welcome to our kitchen. Okay. I need a little pita. It's very good.
And then here.
And this is our zucchini done. You see that? We'll cut it in front of you.
Sauce.
Wait, he needs to put more sauce on. I'm hungry. Okay.
You saw the salad?
Yes, that's our salad. Welcome to our dinner table, guys. Okay, that's our salad.
Fork.
And this is what our dinner looks like. See how it's swelled up like to the end? So you don't want to stuff it to the end because look, it came right to the end. He's showing you his delish. His delish. I think we're gonna make them all hungry.
So good.
Oh,
And see that broth is not overpowering tomato. It's nice thin broth. It's got that mint. The mint really stands out.
mint taste. You taste the mint. It is so good. You guys need to all teach your husbands how to cook like that.
That was really good.
They might not
did
like
good.
me no more
Oh, I did really good.
because now I have my husband showing you all how he cooks for me.
Oh, I can't wait for these to be done.
So he cooks for me every day, guys. And this morning he made me eggs in bed, eggs, ham, and cheese, and coffee. While we watch the TV, we don't watch the news. So
No news.
no news. We either watch Raymond or Seinfeld on in the morning. But okay, so that is our Koosa and our
Fatoush.
Fatoush. Koosa is the zucchinis, and Fatoush is the salad, guys. And it's really, really good. Okay, I'm glad you joined us in our kitchen, and I hope you enjoy this meal. I hope you make it and enjoy it. Okay, I'll talk to you all later. Thanks for joining us. Bye.